Mr. Speaker, can I welcome the urgent question from my honourable friend? My priority as Home Secretary is to ensure the safety and the security of this country. We cannot ignore the threat posed by those who chose to leave Britain to engage with the conflict in Syria or Iraq. Over 900 people took this path. Without the de-radicalisation work of our PREVENT programme, there could well have been many more. Whatever role they took in the so-called caliphate, they all supported a terrorist organisation. And in doing so, they have shown they hate our country and the values that we stand for. This is a death cult that enslaved, for example, and raped thousands of Yazidi girls, and that celebrated attacks on our shores, including the tragic Manchester bombing that targeted young girls. Now that this so-called caliphate is crumbling, some of them want to return. And I have been very clear, Mr. Speaker. Where I can, and where any threat remains, I will not hesitate to prevent this. The powers available to me include banning non-British people from this country and stripping dangerous dual nationals of their British citizenship. Over 100 people have already been deprived in this way. But we must, of course, observe international law, and we cannot do this if it would leave someone stateless. So where individuals do manage to return, they will be questioned, investigated, and potentially prosecuted. Mr. Speaker, our Counter-Terrorism and Border Security Act, which got royal assent just last week, provides more powers to prosecute returnees. It extends the list of offences that we can act on which are committed overseas, and it creates new laws to ban British citizens from entering designated terrorist hotspots without any good reason. Our world-class police and security services closely monitor all those who return that pose any risk, and we do not hesitate to use the range of tools that are at our disposal, including temporary exclusion orders to put in-country restrictions in place and managing risk through terrorism prevention and investigation measures, or so-called TPIMs. Mr. Speaker, the House will have also seen the comments of Shamima Begum and that she's made in the media, and it will have to draw its own conclusions. Quite simply, if you back terror, there must be consequences.